going on, guys? I am out here in the garage. I think I am going to go ahead and convert this bike to GP shift. Looks like the this is a 10mm bolt, and we got some 8mm bolts around holding this plate on. So I don't know if you can tell, but there's just not enough clearance for this part to change around, I don't think. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull that off and see what we've got here. Oh, 8mm. Should take this plastic off pretty easily. It's got one there, one down here on the bottom. Actually, it looks like it's got two down here on the bottom. One there. And one there. That looks like it wants to stay in there. There we go. There's the second one. My engine's still a little bit warm from riding it earlier. And there's the third one. Let's see what's off now. I am missing one right behind these tubes. Let's pull this out of the way here. Pull that one out of the way. There we go. Freeze up that one. So there's 4 8mm bolts in total. I can see it moving now. And there's the fourth one. Now it's moving pretty easily, so go ahead and pull this plastic part off. We will have to trim this if I decide to keep the GP shifting. So pretty much all we got to do is take this off, this nut here, or sorry, this bolt, and then turn this the opposite direction. So right now this is basically pointing that way. We want to switch it and see if we can put this part up top. So I'm going to grab the 10mm here. Well, I guess I'm going to start a little bit higher. Actually, it's got to go the other way. I'm looking at this backwards. I was tightening instead of loosening. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. That's what they say. Unless it is one with different kind of threads on it, and then it's backwards. Feels like this has got some Loctite on it. Should probably put some on it when I finish. But first I want to put this on here and switch it over, see how it feels. See if I want to keep GP shifting on this one or not. Pretty sure I do, but let's see. Still not loose enough to turn my fingers. There it goes. Yep, definitely got some Loctite on it. There's that. Should be able to slide this off. And then we're going to spin it around the other side. Just want to reverse what we've already done. That's a little too high. Looks a little, that's a little bit low. Let's take it a little bit more. That looks about right. Maybe a little bit further. Let's see. Yeah, because I've got some boots coming in. Probably wanted a little bit higher. Maybe about right there. Yep, I think that looks pretty good. So let's put this bolt back in here. And not too tight. There we go. Alright. Looks pretty good. Well, we did move that. I don't know if it's going to have room now, but let's go ahead and see if we can put it back on. It's probably not going to fit though. So we'll pull these out of here. Well, I got to put it in the correct orientation. These hoses up out of my way. I'm going to have to put this part in first. There we go. Alright, so let's see. Nope. It looks like it will clear. Okay, okay. So that's pretty nice. Didn't even have to cut this plastic piece. Alright, well, let's get it back together and see how it works. Put these bolts back in. Alright, just gotta tighten them up with this real quick. Now these are just plastic, so these are just holding on plastic, so it doesn't have to be that tight. It's got to be tight enough where it's not going to just fall out or rail loose or whatever. Alright, let me get my hoses back in here. And that's it. Switched over to GP shifting. Alright, let's go try it out. We are out here with this new GP shift. Close my visor. And it is really nice. Especially wearing shoes that are not boots for riding. It actually feels really good because with tennis shoes on, not that you should be riding in tennis shoes, but for commuting around, going to work and stuff, I'm not going to put on full gear. But wearing tennis shoes, they don't have the protectors on the top of them, so being able to quickly downshift just by pushing the rubber on the bottom of the shoes down, it actually feels really good. Makes it so it's easier to shift through the gears. So I'm liking it so far. I just got to get used to it because I've been riding with the standard shifting for so long. So I'm going to take the bike out, drive around with it for a little bit. So what do you guys think of this camera angle? It's kind of pointed down towards the steering column of the bike. I figure that you know, y'all are here to see the bikes, right? So instead of having the camera pointed up at the sky, especially right now because the sun's out, I'm literally driving towards the sun. But yeah, this changing it to GP shift style was actually really fast. It didn't take but a few minutes. It was just the 4 bolts that hold that piece of plastic on and the 1 bolt that holds the gear shift mechanism on, and you just spin it around. Put it the opposite direction. I think I put it a little bit too high. I think I need to adjust it down a little bit. The angle that I was looking at it, I was thinking that it needed to be a little bit higher because to give clearance for a boot, but I think that I need to adjust that back down some. But that's really easy. It's just one 10mm bolt. So I won't be showing that, but pretty much I've already shown it. So anyway, I like the way that the GP shift feels on this bike. It actually makes it feel a little bit smoother because cranking through the gears on this new bike, nothing's really broke in yet, and everything's still a little bit more difficult than it will be in another few hundred miles, you know, another 1,000 miles or whatever. Maybe I'll get on the interstate and play real quick. This bike's not very stable once you get up to about 90 miles an hour. Not on a windy day anyway. The wind makes your arms shake and everything. Why is this guy slowing down? You're supposed to be merging. That means you increase your speed. But anyway. I can speed shift a lot faster now just by slapping through the gears. There's too much traffic through here right now. So much traffic out here right now. I'm like wedged in with a bunch of people all around me. This truck's flying up on me. I have to get over in front of him. Maybe I should have looked before getting on the interstate, see how much traffic was on it. There's a car inching his way over towards that rig. I'm staying on the right side. This guy in front of me doesn't seem like he's too experienced of a driver. Either that or he's just not paying attention. He's like weaving to the left, to the right. Now look how close he's getting to the damn right lane. This is what the hell we have to watch out for, is people like this. Just not paying attention at all. Oh yeah, I really like that shifter. Really like the GP shifting, I mean. The whole reason I went to the GP shifting is because of all those twisties that I've been doing. Going around the turn, especially on a left-hand turn, having your foot tilted down. I've touched my toes on the damn ground before. So I don't like it when any of my body parts touch the ground as I'm going around the turns. So to eliminate that, I switched over to GP shifting. I can't do the GP shifting on my other bike because it's basically just a lever on the gear shift itself, whereas this bike and most sport bikes have a linkage that you can just rotate around to the opposite side. There might be some kit that you can get for those. I don't know if you can get them for dirt bikes though, but I don't know that you really need them on a dirt bike. Those bikes aren't really designed to do what I've been doing with them. I think those KLXs really shine being able to go and on the road, drive to a place where you're going to go dirt biking at or something. They're okay on the road, maybe for somebody that's around 150 pounds, but if you're going to be higher weight than that, you really need to get your suspension tuned for your body weight. This bike seems to be really well balanced. I'm not sure what the rider limits are on these bikes, but I was hitting the turns with no body transferring of weight to side on those twisties at the same speed that I was having to do pretty much full body transitions on the KLX. It's just weight is distributed on this bike a lot better, but these bikes are more situated for doing the twisties than the KLXs are. Every bike really has its own purpose, and I was just switching it out a little bit. So anyway, let me get off this exit and we jump back off on the other side there, see if we can blitz through the gears again. Something else that's easier is going from first gear to second gear when you're pushing down, because pulling up is a little bit more difficult. than to just push down. It's way easier to push down using your weight than it is to pull up. So let's go on. All right, here we go. So much better. Technically not allowed to go over 6K RPMs right now. Not really allowed to, kind of thing. You can go up over the RPM range if you need to, but just for small intervals. But like cruising, right now I'm doing basically the speed limit, 70 miles an hour, and I'm at 4,500 RPMs. So this bike does pretty good. I can do interstate traveling with the low RPM range that I'm supposed to have, and blipping it up a little bit past that every now and then, it's not going to really break in any differently. A lot of people disagree with the whole break-in process anyway. A lot of people just get on it and ride it however they want to ride it, which is pretty much what I do. So typically breaking in these new bikes, I'll treat it really easy for the first 250 miles, and then after that I become more and more aggressive. So like this bike has quite a bit of power, so I'm just trying to take my time on it, not really jump on it too hard. I like to spend a little bit of time learning the bike, how it behaves, how it performs, how's the handling, all that stuff. There's quirks with every bike that you've got to learn. This bike's been a lot of fun since I've got it, since I demoed it at the Kawasaki event. I'm really enjoying this bike. I expect to continue to enjoy this bike for a long time to come. I don't know how often I'll trade it in. Hopefully the newer models in a few years have better tech on them, but the tech on these are already really good. That Kawasaki traction control works really well. The ABS, I actually had to use the ABS earlier. I had to slam on my brakes. I was coming up to an intersection too fast and had to hit the brakes pretty hard, and I could feel them kicking in. So really glad I got a bike with ABS. I was actually wanting that anyway because I've never had a bike with ABS before. I always had to do the incremental braking, progressive braking basically. You know, you increment more and more until you actually stop. The only bikes I've ever had the front tire lock up on me on are dirt bikes, but you know, most of the time you're dirt biking and it's at really low speed, so if you lay a dirt bike over, it's usually not going to hurt it too bad. But when you're out on the street, you're going quite a bit faster than you do on the dirt, so locking up your front tire out here could be catastrophic. Nice day out today, but boy is it windy. Seems like everybody's wanting to speed today. bike just feels so good. The power, the handling. Just a little jerky at times with the throttle. It's like the initial stages of the throttle when you turn it on. It's got like an on and off switch. It just jerks a little bit, you know. Let's go down here by the hospital and see what's going on. I totally almost went to push down on the shifter. It's going to take me some getting used to switch up and down. It's kind of like one of those things I got to keep telling myself, switch down to go up in the gears, switch up to go down in the gears. But I'm really enjoying this bike. I'll probably do a review in about 110 miles, the 500-mile review. And I'm not really going to have too much bad to say about it, honestly. It's so nice. Let's go right. Flipping through those gears is just so nice. Before, with the standard shifting, the gear shift, if you're not at a little bit higher the RPM and you're actually pulling, when you change gears, it's a big difference. So if you're not rev matching, you're going to hit this point where it pulls you just from changing gears because of the differential between the gear sizes internally. But with this GP shifting now, it doesn't seem to have that kind of yank. Although I haven't shifted too much at lower RPM. Let's try it. Yeah, it doesn't have that yank. Let's see if I do it down. Well, down it's decelerating, but I don't know if the camera will pick it up. It's just it's a slight pull. It's not real smooth, but I do plan to get a quick shifter for this. I was just changing it to the GP style to see if I really plan to get a shifter. I'm going to drive it like this for a while and see how it performs. I might not get one, but at this time I am considering getting one because I'd like to get one just because I really enjoy the quick shifters. The Kawasaki ZX6R. Oh, I just switched it down. See, I just did that thinking I was going up. The ZX6R, it has a quick shifter on it. I was riding it at the demo event. Unfortunately, I didn't get any good video of it because my camera died right as soon as I pulled out of it. But I really like that quick shifter that's on that bike. It felt amazing, and I think adding that to this bike will make this bike feel even more smooth. It was really smooth being able to quick shift right through the gears without using the clutch, holding the throttle full open. It's not too smooth when you're at lower RPMs. It kind of does weird stuff, but when you're at higher RPMs and you're trying to accelerate, having that quick shifter does make quite a bit of difference. Normally I have to, so without pushing in the clutch, I have to just blip the throttle and it switches gears like that. But that can cause damage to your engine, so probably not a good thing to do repeatedly anyway. Yeah, I'm really enjoying that GP shifting. I think it was a good mod, free mod. Didn't even have to cut the plastic like I was thinking I was going to have to. I was reading other people that did it and was talking about how they had to cut the plastic, but it had the room on mine, so I'm not sure what they were talking about. They didn't try fitting it first. I don't know. But y'all seen mine just bolted right up right after I turned it around. So I'm definitely happy with that. And I might leave that shifter this high. It actually isn't that bad. It's got plenty of room under my foot, or over my foot. I mean, it's got plenty of room over the foot. So I'll wait until I get those other boots to see how it is with those boots. It might be at a good height for those boots, I'm not sure yet. Don't act like I'm in your way. You weren't supposed to do that. Yeah, those people aren't supposed to cut straight across. They're supposed to come down here and turn. But I see people doing it all the time. Just gonna go up in here, right around the pinnacle. See if there's anybody hanging out. It's usually a lot of people just walking around or whatever down through here. Birds. Don't make me stop, don't make me stop, no. Bleh. Really? It made me stop. Hello, officer. Definitely looked like it was going to rain today, but looking at the weather, it doesn't say that it's going to. But those are some pretty dark clouds over there, and it looks pretty humidity. It looks like it's got a lot of humidity. I mean, it looks pretty humidity. What the hell does that mean? This Bass Pro Shop put that little pond in back there. They got fish in it and they have to feed them all the time. So there's not enough in the natural environment to do them, to keep them fed. That's an old barn over there. Yep, definitely looks like it's gonna rain. I don't have enough time to go all the way to 421, or I would. So it's going on 8 o'clock. It takes me about 40 minutes to get there where I like to ride at. I'm gonna have to find some other places to ride at. Some of the guys that work at my company, they're telling me about some places over in Elizabethton and over going towards North Carolina and stuff. I'll have to check them out sometime. Problem is, these guys that are telling me about these amazing places to ride don't ride anymore, so they can't just take me and show me. So here I am on my lonesome, gonna have to go and find some places to ride. Yeah, that definitely looks like a lot of humidity over there. Looks good over on this side. $394 miles. I'm gonna have to do an oil change soon. See a little bit of jerk it did right there? I gave it just a slight amount of throttle. So, just a little bit to jolt you. Anyway guys, that'll wrap this video up. Pretty much just did a quick video to show y'all how to convert these bikes over to the GP shifters. I really enjoy it. It's pretty nice. I'll have to update it, how I feel about this bike in another 100 miles, but I mean it's pretty much going to be the same. I don't think there's anything that's going to be really changing in the next 100 miles unless something catastrophe goes on. I definitely have to take some catastrophe to change my mind about the bike. It just feels so awesome. Definitely best 10 grand I spent, I'd say. 9,958 or whatever it was. Really enjoying this bike. Oh yeah, look at that rain. It's coming. It's coming. I should probably get back to the house now. Anyway guys, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for checking out the video. Catch you guys later. See ya.